Hi, this is Doc Palmier. It's February 16, 2018, and in this video I'm going to do the following. I'm going to review the new Mobirise e-commerce theme that has 17 types of blocks and a total of 100 blocks. I'm going to import a test site that we're going to test today that I did on another computer on a Windows 10 32-bit Vostro 200 dual core. Created it, zipped it up, put it on DropBox, imported it to this workhorse. We're going to review the folder structure for publishing, review the key setup features for Mobirise 6.5, create publish folders and clean folders. Then we're going to publish, then we're going to clean using Mobirise Pro, and then we're going to do all this in about 10 minutes. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to review the Mobirise e-commerce. This is it here. And we can see it has a ton of things, has all different things. We can go down and we can see it's not very usable this way. So what we did was we created a site. So we created this site on another computer and we're going to import it now. And so we're going to go to sites and then we're going to go to import. And then we're going to go find out where it is. Where did I put it? It's in K here. And then it's unzipped in there, and it's here. It's in raw. And I'm going to go down and I'm going to grab project.mobirise. I'm going to open it. I didn't do anything to the site. I didn't add anything other than a few words here and there, but it didn't really do anything. What I did do was I created a page for each type of header. So, home headers, there's 10 headers. There's footers, there's 4 footers that you can have and 1 required. There's 3 social, there's 2 accordion, there's 1 HTML code block, there's 4 tables, there's 2 countdown blocks, there's 3 pricing tables, there's 2 testimonials, there's 3 forms and maps. Actually, I think there's 1 map and 2 forms. There's 2 team types of blocks, there's 7 information blocks, there's 24 content blocks, 19 feature blocks, 3 shop blocks for shopping, 5 sliders and galleries, and 4 images and videos. So what I basically did is if we go to the top headers, what I did was I basically just said, okay, well, in this we have all the headers. Okay, and then when we go to page, say if we go down to features, in the features block here, in the features page, we have every single type of block that's in that, all of them. Okay, so we created that. So we have 100 blocks, and there's 17 types of blocks. So then what we did was we said, let's go ahead and publish this, and then we'll see if we can clean it with Mobiclean and see what happens. I've never done that yet. First thing I'm going to do is review the file structure. So let me bring that up. So a lot of people using Mobirise, they have troubles as they proceed because of organization. Extreme organization is called nulling. We say always be nulling. From Tom Sachs. Okay. What I have is we have a folder here called Mobirise Sites SEO. Okay, we have a company here called Metro Dental Care. Okay, and we have a site for them. We can see the latest site is 12. If we look at their site, it is on the bottom. It says 12, and so what we do is when we do this, when we publish to a clean folder each time. There's 3 folders you have to have for every publication, for every revision. You publish it to raw, Mobiclean PRO. It's now 6.0.33. We would pull in the raw files and then we would publish them to the clean folder. And then before we close out, we would export our site here. So we have these 3 folders. We have all these other folders from previous revisions. And if I go back here in the archive, you can see every one of them. And every one of them. So I thought I was going to be done here. and I wasn't. I had to keep revising because I wasn't satisfied. So I can go into R7, and there it is. There's my project Mobirise. If you don't do this, you decide that you know better, and you're just going to rewrite over one of these. Like let's just say we had one. So we published here, and then we cleaned here. Now if we did that, we keep writing over the top. It doesn't get rid of the old file. So if you rename, let's say we rename this picture right here, and then we publish it again, and we publish it into that same folder structure, then we have a whole bunch of junk in there that we don't need, and Mobirise will get confused, and it will start using the wrong images, and we have documentation of this. So what you want to do is always publish to a clean folder. So and also when I look at the site, let me pause here and I'll show you the site. So when I actually go down, this is the site here, and when I actually go down to the bottom of the index page, I have the information here. I have this. See, it says R12, and then it says M4 free, and that's what this was created in. So if a month from now I want to go back and I want to revise this site, all I have to do is go back and follow my organization, come here to 12, because that's where it is. So I hope that makes sense. So now what we're going to do is we're going to review the key setups for Mobirise 4.6.5. So we'll do that. And so here's our setup here. And what we're going to do is we're going to click on Sites, and we're going to click here. And then we're going to make sure that this is off. This has to be off. Okay? And then, of course, if we want to, we can either go here, and we can set this up, or if we want to, we can come here. They're the same thing. Okay? And also, we want to come here under our name and go to App Settings and make sure that whatever of these things we want to be turned on or turned on. I like them all turned on. This undo, redo is a danger zone. You should avoid using this undo because, if you work for like 2 hours and you don't publish, it will take you to the previous publish. You'll lose all your data. And Mobirise support says we can just go to the history file. Not true. If we go here to Sites, and then we go here, and then we click on History, you can see history is from today because I imported the site. I don't trust any of this. I wouldn't do it. I don't know. It doesn't really work in my empirical testing, so we're not going to mess with it. So now what we're going to do is we're going to come up here. We're going to go to the index page, which is home, and then we're going to come here, and we're just going to call this. Going to come here, and we're going to call this R2, and then we're going to come over here. Come on. And we're going to come over here, and we're going to go to this. It was actually here and then here, and we're going to create a new folder called R2. Hello. R. Too much stuff in the way here. I want to change this to R2 raw, and then we're going to create one that's called R2 clean 6.0.33, and we're going to create one that's called R2 exported, and it's going to be exported today. Okay, so now what we're going to do, and of course we could do it from here. We could go here, and then we could say let's browse, and then we could say let's go to K, and then we'll go here, and we'll go. We could create them here. We could go here. We could create them here. Okay, so now we're going to pick this one, and we're going to do it, and we're going to make sure this is off. If this is publish changes only, then when you publish it to a new folder, it's going to only publish the things that was changed from the last time, probably using the history file. Bad idea. Okay, bad idea. So now we're going to let it publish. "17 pages in this one." So in e-commerce, which is for stores, it has a lot of good blocks. It really does. If you have a store or a storefront and you want a business, it really is good. The only problem with it is that you have to maintain the license to get the upgrades, and it's not really ready to go in terms of its brand new theme. So you think there's any bugs in it, and this is how it comes up in when we look at it here. It kind of looks a little bit morphed into something strange. I don't really have a clue why, but we're going to let it work, and there it is now. Here's your preview. Has to do with how the code's loaded and the thing cleaning itself up as it goes. We don't want that. And so there it is. There it is. So everything is basically in a default. I didn't change any images. I hardly changed any words. And so there we go. Let's close this. And then let's go back to our outline. Okay, so we did that and we published it. Now we're going to clean it. So let me pause, bring up Mobiclean PRO. Okay, so we're ready to do the test using Mobiclean. Basically, you bring up Mobiclean. First thing you want to do when you open your Mobiclean. This is Mobiclean PRO by Steve Riches at Ricosoft Squared. It says version 6.0.33. We're going to check for updates here. We'll check now. And it says your license is valid and you have the latest version. Excellent. So we don't have to update. If there was an update, we could just do it there. So now we have three things that we're going to look at. This is the basic page. Okay, where they are, and then additional where you're going to publish to. Remember, those were the earlier ones we talked about, where we said we're going to publish the raw ones here, and then we're going to import the raw ones and clean them with Mobiclean PRO 6.0.33. Put the clean ones here. Remember that? And then we have all these things, all these fields, 34 different features. I'm going to add the line clean by Mobiclean out of respect for Steve. This isn't going anywhere. We're not publishing the site, so we don't have to deal with that. So what we're going to do is we have Mobiclean test of e-commerce, 100 blocks, 17 pages. We're going to output all the files to a different folder, all of them, not just a few. We're going to put them to the clean one. We're going to, if there's a 2017 date and copyright, we're going to change it to 2018. We're going to rename the project file so that it'll be project.mobirise something number. We're going to replace HTTP with HTTPS for SSL. We're going to enter the domain to do that. I'm using this. Then we're going to, and it's important that that domain is the same as that domain. And then what we're going to do is we're going to have a bonus feature. We're going to completely remove, no, we don't want to completely remove. We want to replace any engine tags. So if site breaks, we'll do this. We're going to fix all the alt tags, okay? Then we're going to go to the Pro version here, Pro things. There isn't any basic version of Mobiclean. You just have to buy the Pro version. And I have the author, I have the subject, I have the copyright, general ratings. I'm going to use general, and then I have distribution local, and then I have my this. Yep, we're going to do that. 7 days. I'm going to replace 4.6.5 from here with just 2018. I'm going to tidy up everything, remove all the line breaks, but not obfuscate, just remove everything. And if you want to remove the line breaks, I think it's remove excess line breaks is here. That's an additional, but we're in Pro. So the Pro options here. So a whole bunch of strings put in by Mobirise to try to get you to promote their site. We're gonna use, and Steve keeps updating this. We're gonna replace all that crap with what we want. So we'll have no references back. It would all be replaced. So we're gonna click OK. Everything's good, and we're gonna start. Right before we start, we're gonna replace all other Mobirise.com links. We're gonna click that, and it always does this. It's a prototype, so click OK. And then we're going to save the profile again because we changed something. We're going to overwrite it, yep. And then we're going to run it. First time I ran it, so I don't know what's going to happen. And let's see how many. How many do you think? How many do you think? 17 pages, 100 blocks. I'll say 800. $517, $667, $718. Oh, 800. Look, 800. Because I know there's about 30 per block. I know each block has about 30 on it, so you can do 17 times 30. I'll give you all that. Well, look, only 971. If you try to do this by hand, you would have to deal with 971. So pause here. 971 replacements of all different kinds. Let's pause for a second. Okay, so real quickly, let's go through the improvements. So we went from 336 to 254. 336 to 254. We saved 25%. We went from looking at analysis. We can see the replacements were 711. And what the heck was that? So the replacements were 711, and the MR replacements were 971. 711 was this. Alt tags was 67. That's a lot of alt tags. HTTP to HTTPS, none. And then let's see, 711. Alt tag 67. HTTP replacements. I think this is a new one. Oh no, 17. And other 176. Now we know before averaged 33 per block. So if 33 per block times 100 equals 3,300, so we only had 971. 971 to find by hand would be absolutely impossible. You'd never find it. Never ever find that. So there's that. Now we bring back our, what were we gonna else talk about? Compare stats and conclusions. First of all, it's really interesting to create this site that lists pages and lists them so you can see all the footers here. These are the footers. So if we look, we can see this is a footer, 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 and this one here is required. Okay, so when you turn that on, if you go down to footers here, you can see, let's see if we go here, let's go to the theme. We can see if we go here, everything's been used in this entire thing, but if we go down here to footers, you can see this footer here is added, but these are additional ones that you can add. That's quite an improvement. Also, there are some other things that are really cool in this one. When you look through the pages, like when you look through, looks like they made improvements on the accordions here. Looks like they made improvements. Looks like they figure out what's going on better than some of the earlier versions. Also, if you look in maps here, you know, maps not too good. If you look here for maps, it just has one map. So you might want to use another theme and import it as a user block. If we go here and look at has pricing tables, this is pretty nice here. This is pretty nice. I like this. This is well done. Yeah, I like that. That's well done. Other things like that in other blocks. I hope that helps. If we look at, in conclusion, if we look at Mobiclean and we look at this, you really can't use Mobirise free or paid without using Mobiclean PRO. Mobiclean PRO currently costs about, I think, I was going to say $53, but if you go over to Ricosoft Squared and become a member of the VIP group, it costs you $16 a year. You'll get most of that back on the first purchase because he gives really good steep discounts to his VIP members. And also there's a forum in the VIP group that all of my stuff, including this probably, if Steve will figure out how to post it, will be unlisted on YouTube, but it'll be listed over on some protected sites, my protected sites for there's a new site coming, either an academy or just dumb and not so dumb Mobirise questions. You can see the movies They're not going to be free. I'm going to protect them. They'll be unlisted, which means if you don't know the link, you can't see it. Anyway, hope this helps. I think that e-commerce is a good one. I'd like to know in the comments if you think that 971 blocks in 100, we have 100. We had 100 blocks on 17 pages. So 100 blocks, 100 blocks on 17 pages. That equals. So you could say it's 971 on 100, which is what, 9.7? It's almost 10. And if we said 971 on 17, then, you know, are you kidding me? So we're saying that there's 57 per page. 57, if we do it here, we can do it like all that as well. And we didn't do this. We forgot to do the optimize images. So let's do that real fast. So we'll optimize the images here. We have, out of all the levels, we have 6, and we're going to do the JPEGs. It says there were 62 files. So we'll just put 62 here. And it says it was 8,002. These are default images. And it went down to 5,170. And that would be, we saved 35%. That's correct. If we do the PNGs, there's 14 PNGs. 14 PNG files, so we'll put 14 here. And then it was 44, and after it was 54. So these PNG files were already optimized. They were already optimized, so you want to be careful that maybe we don't, and if we're actually going to use these, maybe we don't want to process the PNG files. So there you go. So I hope this helps. And going back to what we said we were going to do, we were going to review eCommerce. We did. Import zip. We did. Review the folder structure. We did. Always be nulling, which means always be super organized and create your folders. We reviewed the key setups. Make sure you always turn off resize images, turn off publish changes only, and so forth. And then always create raw, clean, exported. That we publish, then we clean Mobirise Pro, then we compare the stats. And the only thing we haven't done before we say goodbye is we close that and just minimize that. Then we need to come here, and we need to go to sites, and then we need to come here, and we need to export the site, and then we're going to go to K. This is something that frightens people, because they think that it's not such a good idea to do this. But you have to, because you have to clean up. So we're going to export it, and it's exporting now. It takes a little while to export. You just have to let it work. And I'm going to pause and measure how long it takes, but I'm not going to record it the whole time. It's giving us this NOEnt error, which Mobirise knows what it is, and we're going to ignore those errors. And there it says your site was done. Now we can import that site from, we can import it if we want to. We can import it from the export, or we can import it from any raw. You want to import it from the raw project.mobirise, and that's how it works. So I hope this has been useful to you. My name is Doc Palmier, Denver, Colorado. Have a nice day. We're at 24 minutes.